is a software as a service. So basically, I have a software. Let's say I have built a software, okay, and let's say Ujjwal wants to utilize that software. Okay, I have a software. I will take care of all the software, what infrastructure it is needed, what platform it is needed. I will make use of all these things, and I will prepare a software in the marketplace of Azure or platform. And Ujjwal is a customer. Ujjwal will directly consume that software, right? He will be directly consuming that software. So what I will be doing, I will be having a web application. Whatever the API calls that the customers will be doing, I'm going to pay with respect to that particular usage. Okay. So majority of the times, companies nowadays are using IaaS, infrastructure as a service. And under infrastructure as a service, it could be either I could be either leveraging the PaaS service or SaaS service. You might have heard this term PaaS, like we are a SaaS company. You might have heard this. We are a SaaS company, which means that they are building a software and customers are using that software. Okay. Depending upon what type of services you are using from the respective cloud provider, depending upon the usage of that, you will be paying the cost to the respective cloud providers. How the bill look like, I just share the actual snapshot from my customer, that how the actual billing is looking like. Getting?
Because I have a small doubt in
Yes.
SAS. So, like in this, is it like you are creating a software on the same platform and then selling it to the customer on the same platform?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay, got it.
So I have a client who has a SaaS product basically, and he has hosted not in Azure or not in it's a very small company. So earlier that guy has hosted everything in AWS, but the cost is very high in AWS. So that's why like there is one I think Star something, I don't remember the exact name. That's another cloud provider. He has hosted all its SaaS application in that cloud, and customers are using that product basically.
Then he also will be paying
Okay.
for the services which he is using to create it, right?
The customer will not be paying it.
No,
The
no, no.
customer
I
will
am
not be paying
asking the
anything.
person who has created that service on that platform to
Hosted it.
create that
Right,
service
right.
itself, he is also paying, right?
He's utilizing. That's right. That's right.
Oh,
So
yeah, got it.
for all the three modules, you have to pay to the respective cloud provider for all the three services. It depends upon what type of product you has. It depends upon the how you're leveraging this cloud platform. And based on those conditions, you will be charged. So we have this concept of VPC, we have this concept of subnetting, we have this concept of creating ACLs and all those things. There are a lot of different concepts in concepts. It depends upon what type of things that we are leveraging from this cloud provider. And for each API calls, right? For each API request, it is charged. Nothing is free. Nothing is free for anyone. Everything is charged. And from last 10 years, I am seeing the exponential rise in the usage of the cloud platforms. So I was telling that back in 2004, August 2004, I was introduced for the first time to the database under Azure. Okay. And that time, very limited people were using the cloud technology. But after 10 years, 2024, it's cloud everywhere. But still, there are prominent companies, prominent organizations are still not adopted this technology because of security reasons. They don't want their data to go out of their data center. Now, your Gmail, whatever Gmail email that you're receiving in your Gmail account, how secure is that? Are you sure like no one other is accessing your Gmail? Nothing is secure. I was working for one of the bank. I was working for one of the bank. So guys, if you remember, the every month end we are receiving a PDF bank statement, right? Admins have the password for that. There were two passwords. One, the customer is aware of that password. Another one is admin who is aware of that password. And that password is common for every PDF. And we were knowing that password, right? So in IT, basically, I don't trust IT at all. So at least like I don't have any of the banking applications installed in my mobile. Nothing. No, not from day one till now. I don't trust. Getting guys right? So especially for banking customers, they don't trust this cloud things, cloud technology. But despite that, they have some minor applications running in the cloud platform, but their core application, core banking application is running in their own data center, which is
Uh,
managed by their own team.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
I didn't get why bank they don't believe cloud site.
Because of security reasons. Because of security reason.
But
That's
sir, you said, excuse me,
it
but
is
sir,
it
you said
it is secure. It, it is secure, right? So for example, uh, if I'm going to use an infrastructure as a service, IaaS, then I will be creating my own VPC. VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud. I will be defining my own subnets. These are some networking concepts, guys. I will be having my own subnets. I will be having my public subnets and private subnets. I will be keeping all my data in the private subnet. I will not be allocating the public IP. Despite things, all these things, I personally believe nothing is secure. Of course, it is secure. There are a lot of different softwares which is taking care of the security things. Now, for example, let me give you one example, my own example. Um, 6 years back, when I was learning MongoDB, it's a database technology. I was doing some R&D. Basically, I installed MongoDB. I was setting up basically Ops Manager, one of the tool for MongoDB. I did all the configuration. I kept all the configuration as a default configuration, and I left it for the day. And next day morning, when I came up, I was not able to log into that tool because that was hacked. Why that was hacked? Because I kept everything as a default. There was no security behind the scene. The port numbers were the default port numbers, right? So if you're taking care of all the necessary things, it is secure, right? There are a lot of different checklists. There are a lot of different parameters that we need to take care if you're running your application in cloud. Okay. If you go and search in internet, if you go and search in internet, there are a lot of articles that you will get that this has been hacked, that has been hacked. How the hackers are getting hold on their on the getting inside to the infrastructure. Of course, there is some loopholes, right? If you are if you are well versed with all the parameters, if you are very well versed with all the loopholes, then it is secure for you, right? It is not like it is not secure. I'm not saying that it is secure, but for that security, we in every organization we have a dedicated team, security team, that is called a SecOps, security operations, SecOps, whose primary responsibility is to keep the infrastructure secure. Getting it right? Now, for example, the one that I told you, I from day one of the smartphone that I am using till date, I never installed my banking application in this. Why? Because I don't trust it. I don't know. I mean, like, despite it is my phone, due to some XYZ exe file, I am installing something, and with that installation, if someone in background is someone is installing something, my data is getting leaked, right? That is a security issue that I have. That's why, like, I don't use these banking apps. But it's not like nothing is secure. It could be secure, but I don't trust it. Since I'm in IT, I know the loopholes to some extent, that right. So that's why, like, I don't use these things. And also in IT especially, everything is getting logged. Everything is getting logged. So whenever you are utilizing this cloud services, whenever you are utilizing these cloud services, there are some services which is specially helped for utilizing those services for enabling.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Whatever we have learned under cloud, again, for you guys, it is only important to know the terminologies, whatever I have explained at this stage, because you're not going to completely focusing on the cloud things. Your role will be different because came here for the data science things, right? So it is important to know what is cloud. When I say what are cloud services, you should know that. How the billing is done, you should know that. What is the responsibility if I'm not owning a data center versus I'm owning a data center? Who is responsible for what, right? What are the different cloud models we are having? Who manages what, right? I think one of the good question that I got is, if I'm leveraging some services from cloud and it is not up for more than X minutes, right? How can we get the credit back? Credit in the sense the money back from the cloud provider. These things are very rare, but these things happen. How the scalings are happening? What do you mean by high availability and disaster recovery? You don't need to go and configure these things because you didn't you just came here to learn the basics of cloud computing, some basics of cloud terminologies. That's it. But when you are in between any interview or any discussion as a data scientist or a business analyst, you should be aware of these technologies, sorry, these terminologies. Getting, so that you can discuss with your teammates. So how it is done, how the auto scaling, no one will ask you how the auto scaling is done. Can you configure an auto scaling for me? No, no one will ask you as a business analyst. It's not your job. It's a cloud architect. It's a cloud admin job. Getting the roles and responsibility basically, and the security nitty-gritties around using the cloud thing. What is infrastructure, platform, and software as a service?